He pretends he just does it Tuesday night, but he does it about 5 times every day.
Good evening and welcome to Damage Does D&D and our discussion about wigs this evening and how easy they are to put on for some of us. Anyway, cracking on, welcome. We are going to be playing D&D as always, and tonight's episode is episode 35, so we're certainly racking them up so far. And tonight's Last We Left Off is narrated by, as ever, wonderful and sarcastic Snow. Take it away.
So, we arrived in Redport, and the rune I feigned drew the kind of superstitious response I expected, and dissuaded a little too much people who may have got too interested in us, and a little bit, less inspection. On a whim, I decided to see what would happen if I didn't tie the boat up, and interestingly enough, it stayed right where I left it. Strange, but useful. The guards accosted us as soon as we left the wharf, and I paid the mooring fees for my ship, as a good captain does. And this town is very red and particularly jarring to the senses, but I digress. We were instructed to head straight for the trade post and present ourselves, which scuttled my idea of attending alone to get the lay of the land, but, it is what it is. Melissa seemed a little furtive, but for reasons that would soon become apparent. But I won't bore you with that now. The best I could hope for was we'd get through this conversation at the trade post without someone getting stabbed, hurt, or starting a fight. This seems like pretty easy, standard behavior as you go about your life, but you would be surprised how many times we've stumbled into fights without really expecting it. We really must work on our first impressions. We met some interesting fellow by the name of Legislature, or Legis, who sat and attentively listened to our story, neither ridiculing us or outright calling us liars, merely wanted to get our side. He believes it would have been better to hide the spinel and not tell him I had it, or give it to him but I had nothing to hide, and if they found it later it would make me look guilty. I am, however, beyond angry and rather outraged that these people are accusing us, and particularly me, of murdering one of my oldest friends and intentionally beaching his ship. Seems very odd the lengths people are going to frame us. Might bear thinking on it a little bit more. It bothers me that the ship sank beneath us, but there's no evidence of sabotage, and somebody seems intent on hounding us and backing us into a corner at every turn. I have a distinct feeling that the fort lies at the feet of our human compatriots or whatever they were involved in before. We found ourselves to be traveling companions. They bear more close scrutiny, especially Melissa. There is much she hadn't told us, and this business with Florian's twin is more than a little bit concerning. Now to the reasons Melissa was being furtive, and this, my dear friends, is a doozy. We are to go before the magistrate, who is none other than the man that Melissa was betrothed to. She decided for whatever reason, that she didn't wish to be betrothed to this man, and scarred him before leaving, before fleeing to become a cultist in a so-called Temple of Love. To say his decision-making will be suspect and impaired, I believe, is an understatement of the highest order. The only way we may be able to avoid this bias is to ask that he submit to the zone of truth as well. At least that way we'll know if he's executing his office or serving his own agenda. I refused to be cooped up in the trade post, so I retreated to the relative calm and serenity of the water. I wasn't surprised. Well, I am quite surprised that I wasn't accompanied. It seems that now I have traveling companions, that time alone is frowned upon by certain people. Very frustrating. Sometimes I just need to be by the water. My time on the boat was somewhat more interesting by the actions of an erstwhile new acquaintance in the form of Belodas. Seems to have decided it would be hilarious to sink one of the tabaxi boats still fully laden with cargo. I'm not sure of his motives, but I guess I'll find out in time. He does seem to have an interest in me, though. And he seems fairly certain that I will be fine in the coming trial. But we shall see, won't we? I do hope by the ever-flowing and ever-moving currents of Helloran that they behaved themselves last night. I doubt it, but I suppose I'd better rejoin my companions. Although it would be just as easy to sail away. I thought to ruminate on, perhaps. But time for breakfast, I think.
Marvellous, thank you very much. Some nice insight into Snow's thoughts there. So, as breakfast is being served in the trading post, Snow, the guards ask you to make your way there. Do you comply or do you sail away?
I know. He sort of just languidly stretches in the very sort of cat-like fashion, and sort of bends backwards, almost double, and then sort of lightly steps off the boat.
Okay.
Heads to the end where the other one sunk before, just to and have a look.
The water is fairly clear here. You can see the outline of the ship at the bottom. It looks as though there'd been some sort of salvage. There are sodden crates and rolls of cloth sort of piled up on the dockside.
Yeah. You say he's still got the yam in it dangling.
Nobody's looking at you.
And there'll be no, they didn't expect there to be. But he's going to walk very slowly and make sure that if people don't want to either go near him or talk to him, they're going to have to move out of his way, physically move.
Okay, for sure, yeah.
And then make his way to the trade post.
Okay, so as you make your way, people do indeed move out of your way and avoid eye contact with you. Once they see the amulet, they scurry out of the way without looking at you. You make your way to the trading post where you are reunited with your companions who are sitting down in the room that they've spent the night in to a hearty breakfast. As you all are starting to tuck into your breakfast, Snow arrives.
Morning.
Morning, Snow.
Good morning. I trust you were all behaving yourselves last night and...
Oh, I had a really good sleep. It was great. Lots of beer, good food, and a long sleep.
Oof. They should probably try to crack a window in here.
Probably.
Ay.
I trust you rested well, Snow?
I was on the water. Best sleep in the ages.
I'm glad to hear
Although,
that.
something strange did happen. One of the boats sank in the harbour.
What happened to it?
Wasn't me.
It
I was
sank.
here.
Well, boats don't normally sink of their own accord, not that I'm aware.
Well, they do around us.
There was a large bang, and it sank.
How strange.
Not really.
I feel like you know more than you're telling.
Maybe. But it's just a hunch. Anyway, I did have a thought. And if we are going to submit to this zone of truth spell, as Legis put it, I would propose that we make this, what is his name, Drust fellow, also submit to make sure that he's not serving his own agenda.
Makes sense.
I mean,
Because his acquaintance with you is going to, I believe, cause bias.
oh, it's definitely gonna. but you don't need a zone of truth to know that he's going to serve his own intentions. This is Redport. How do you think they made all that money?
True, but at least this way we will have a legal precedent to tell him to piss off.
So how is this going to work? Is it going to be like a spokesperson situation, or I mean, we all know it's going to be Melissa because she likes talking.
Just at that moment, there is a knock on the door.
Hello?
Door opens, and Legis walks through. Ah, good morning. So you have all slept as well as could be expected, I understand. That's
I get a log. It was great. Thank you. Comfy bed.
Indeed. Thank you, ladies.
Legis
So
looks around the room for a bed, doesn't see one.
you, you might need
It's
to
big enough for a bed for me.
you might need to get some incense in here.
It's
You might
it
be
is
able
Fragrant.
close in here, is it not?
Ah,
Anyway, some information for you today. Unfortunately, last night there was another incident of a boat sinking in the harbour where your, he looks at Snow, compatriot was taking his rest. Now, my guards have informed me that in no way was Snow involved in this, but as you may imagine, this does not look good for random sinkings of boats where you are concerned. So, the other part of information I have for you is when you go before Mr. Drost, there will be representation available for you, if you so desire. You, of course, may represent yourselves. I would suggest one particular spokesperson among you.
Oh, wait.
we'll
That I
discuss that if we decide to.
Of course. There is a representative available to you if you so wish. I can brief them on your behalf, obviously let him know.
May I ask who that would be before we make a decision like that?
And how much will that cost us?
Oh, there will be no fees for representation. That is not how this works. All the representatives for cases such as these are free for both sides, so there is no monetary transaction whatsoever. The representative is Mr. Best.
Mr. Best.
Yes, and Mr. Elo Best.
Do I
If-
recognize that name?
You do not, no. Well, you can make a history check.
Well, he must be good if his name's Best. Maybe we should hire him.
He has been known to win the occasional case. This is true.
History.
Yeah,
17.
17. No. He moved here first arrived maybe a year ago and was worked his way up through the ranks. So he is fairly new, but he is very good. He has risen very quickly to representing people from all walks of life on both sides, prosecution and defense. So I can recommend him for you if you wish, or I can take the name of whoever you wish to, unless, of course, Miss Varnath, you want to reach out to your family, maybe use your family representative.
I fear that the situation that has led to the problem with Droust would also lead my family to be uninvested in.
I see. Very well. If there is anyone else in the city that you wish to represent you, please give me their name. I will make sure they are appraised fully of the situation, the facts, the story, so that you do not have to tell it another time.
Mr. Legis,
Just Legis will be fine. Snow.
I did have a thought. Given that Mr. Droust will, how do I put this delicately? His decision making will be suspect and impaired due to the presence of Miss Vernoth. That when we submit, or if we submit to the Zone of Truth spell, as a guard for us as well, he must submit.
It is a novel idea. I will certainly get your
I only
representative to suggest this. I
only
think
said
it
this.
is a good plan.
I only said this in the if he wishes to be seen to be carrying out the justice of your city and everything being above board, he can
No.
prove that he does not have an agenda, and all of his decision making is in the best interests of the law.
Precisely. Then, indeed, I will. Sorry, I will leave you for 5 minutes. Make your decision about representation, whether you want to do for yourselves or whether you wish a more experienced person. Mr. Best is available. He is down the corridor at my behest, but as I said, it is your decision. And he bows and says, enjoy your breakfast. I will return.
Indeed.
But I think we should get Gus to do it.
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't mind. I like talking.
I was just about to say the exact opposite, not Gus to do it, but for any of us to. We're too close to this.
Perhaps it would be best if we do have some representation, at least.
Don't
I think so. I think that would be best.
I
I mean,
swear that I know that name, but I don't. Must be definitely a new one of Red Part. Unfortunately I couldn't say for
Maybe,
this
maybe
Alo
we should
Beth.
interview this Mr. Best and see whether he's the right fit for us.
I don't think that's how it works, Trelador. I think
I
we
don't-
either choose to have representation and we take this guy, or we don't.
I think we should. I think it makes sense. I mean, if this is his job, then that's his job, and he must be good at it. Otherwise, he wouldn't get work.
And
If
if
it
we
was
And if you
me,
wanted a monster hunted and killed, you'd call me and Gus, wouldn't you? Because that's our job, and that's what we're good at. So let's just let the lawman do his law.
I agree with Yorick.
Unless, Melissa, you know of somebody else who might be a better fit?
I did think about bringing my family into this, but no,
That's probably the
don't
singular
think that
most
would go well.
poor decision you could make at this point, especially considering they don't seem too pleased with you.
Well, I did rather shoot down their plans for me. So
And I mean, if things go to shit, we can always start a rumor that, how we really got the scar.
it ain't a rumor. It's actually how it started, how he got it. But
Yes, but a rumor in
Where-
a city like this would go quite tastily.
were it just me in this situation, I would defend myself. But I feel like that's a breach of. I feel wrong for talking in your guys' stead, seeing as well. I haven't exactly done much to earn your trust.
I think
Well, I
Snow's
think
idea
for-
to have Mr. Douse in the Zone of Truth is very good, to be impartial from the judgment-making side of this talks, should we say. And I think if we had represented ourselves, at least we know that they would be impartial, and anything to be said or thought about wouldn't be done emotionally, like I think some of us here would be.
Indeed. I do think that the best thing we have right now is how true to his word, Legis is.
Well, I think he's a gentleman.
I feel like he is
Great
quite an
idea.
honourable man.
We can only hope the same of this Best fellow, but Legis would inform him as truthfully as he would.
Why don't we have a vote then? That's that's the right way to do it.
Sure. What
Well
for
then.
first? Who wants the?
Well, it's a question of do we have this fellow defending us, or do we defend ourselves through one of us as the spokesperson?
Well, Yorick and I have voted for the best guy.
Yep.
I agree with the dwarves.
I think we should defend ourselves. We don't know this, Mister.
I agree with the dwarves and Snow too. I think somebody else who is non-biased on our side could do it.
Miet, the last? What do you two make of this?
It is a difficult situation. There is a lot of interesting aspects to this whole story. I think somebody who can sift through and pull out the important parts would possibly be the best thing.
So is that yes or no?
That's yes, Gus.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry, I got
Yes.
lost in the words there.
My
It's
apologies.
That is a
Yeah.
6-2 majority.
Well,
And everyone's vote counts equally. Yes, just check.
Yes.
yeah, that's how these things work. Miet, what do you think?
I think we know very little about how the laws work in this city, and we are assuming that they work very fairly and that decisions will be made by people who are not biased by the money in their pockets or their opinions of the people before them. But I am happy to go with whatever decision will be the most like to have me leaving the city on my own pose.
Invariably, yet the lore supports those with the most gold. It is not. And if we went to any city on this continent, it would be the same. But thank you for your opinion.
So, looks like it's a decision for Mr. Best as representation. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. You wait a few minutes more, just sort of chattering, and again knock on the door. And Legis. So, have you reached a decision? Who will be your spokesperson, your representative?
We believe it would be wisest to get this Mr. Best to represent us to
Mr.
ensure
Best.
that there is no
Of course.
connection between the adjudicator and the defense, and to prevent any emotions from running high during the discussions.
That is very wise. I will summon him to the chamber so you can have a quick chat with him, and then we can proceed to the judgment chamber. So,
Can I ask a question?
of course.
What colour is he?
What color? He is.
Yeah, what colour?
He is a sort of pale brown color.
Oh, that's nice. I like that colour.
Does that help at all in your
Yes,
decision making?
Yeah, very much so. Yeah.
What if I had said he was green
Oh, I like green even better.
and yellow?
Yellow, not so much. It reminds me of sick.
I see. Okay.
But I like browns and greens. They're very, very like in the country, and I like that.
And I thought elves had a bad reputation.
I see. Right. A small piece of advice. Normally, I stay completely impartial in these things. I would suggest that you do not start to judge people based on the color that they are. This would
Oh, I don't
be.
judge you by that. I just like colours.
I see.
I like reds and purples and gold colours and things like that. Yellow, not so much, just because it reminds me of sick.
I see. Very well. I will call Mr. Best for you.
Thank you.
Excuses herself out the door. And a few minutes later, in walks a fairly short for it's some sort of half elf, you think. Very dark tan, small pointed ears, a sort of a grey slick back hair. Dressed very smartly in blues and greens. And so, I am to be your representative for today, and this is certainly an intriguing case. Mr. Legis did fill me in on your side of the story. We have an appointment within the hour to be before Mr. Droust, who is the magistrate today. What am I saying? He's the magistrate every day. He is quick to anger, so if I may suggest that any emotional outbursts could be kept at a minimum. If you have an objection to something, please let me know. I will then deal with that for you, because it is a lot easier if Mr.
That means
Droust is...
no outbursts. Talk to him if you got a problem.
Yes,
Sorry, I'm trying to
thank
keep
you.
it simple.
Very sorry. Of course. Thank you very much, Mr. Snow. That is very helpful. So if you have any questions, please let me know first. We have a few moments before we need to leave, so is there anything else I should know that you did not tell Mr. Legis?
Did he inform you about our idea with the Zone of Truth and Mr.
Yes, he
Droust
did. I
being
think this
included?
is a very good idea. I will ask the court staff to make sure that the Zone of Truth covers all in the court.
Thank you. Melissa?
I was just going to mention that I fully intend to keep discussions to just what's happening, considering the history between me and the magistrate.
Well, let's
That no
face it,
doubt you have been informed about.
If he tries to convict you for what you did to him, then the truth about how he got his scars gonna come out, isn't it?
I'll
And
see.
you'll just see a wicked grin on Snow's face.
Quite. I have heard the what you said to Mr. Legis. So let us, unless there are any other questions before we leave this room, which is safe.
Have you managed to
of
get
course.
Sorry. Have you managed to speak with a representative from Larkham?
We have not. We have sent a rider. They should be back before. I mean, they should be back any moment. But it is a journey, as you know, to get across the river and to Larkham and back before the court hearing.
Of course.
May be tricky, but we are doing the best we can.
Do you mind if I take my beer with me?
I would advise against that, if at all possible. By all means, finish it here.
Put it in your water skin, Gus.
That's
That
already
way-
pre-agreed. It's all right. I'll just finish it.
Snow takes off one of his water skins, drinks, empties the rest. There you go. Put your beer in that, and please, for the love of all that is holy, do not shout, do not make a scene, do not have an outburst.
I don't
Please.
do things like that. And I
Gus,
said, oh, hey, Gus, you put yours in there then. Oh, no, I'm Gus. You're all right,
No,
Gus. Yours in there.
Snow gets there on his level and talk to him in Dwarvish. Gus, come on.
What?
We know each other. You tend to have these outbursts. Let's just try not to, okay?
All right, I'll try my best.
That's good. Are we ready?
Yep.
I think as we'll ever be.
Very
Take
well.
it we all have to go.
Uh,
You know.
Yes,
Yeah.
we all need to be present when the in the court case. I'm sorry, Mr. Trelawney. These are the rules. If you are accused, you have to be in the court. Otherwise, it looks very bad. It looks as though you're trying to evade the truth and the justice of the world.
Okay.
Cool.
So, as he leads you out of the room that you're in, and you get some fresher air as you're walking down the steps out of the main trading post.
I quite like it. Smell like home.
So you said that in your own voice, James. Did you mean
Yeah.
actually in the game or?
Yes.
Okay, so you walk and you go to a fairly imposing building, obviously not as large as the trading post, and the sort of a row of steps that go up to a pillared entrance. You go in. It's fairly quiet in here. There are a couple of clerks moving around. One of them sees Mr. Best. Ah, Mr. Best, Mr. Best. It is it's a tiefling young lady with swept back horns. Mr. Best, you are expected in the main courtroom. If you could, all of your charges could make your way straight away, please. We are expecting a runner from Larkham. If you could please introduce them as soon as they arrive, that would be very, very welcome. Thank you.
Chad, sorry, before you continue. So we left the trade post and
Yep.
we've now walked through. So can I, if I can, I was just going to see if there was anybody who was about town that time of morning or this time of morning, and if there was
Yeah.
anybody who looked like they were particularly of interest to us about on the streets. So like if there was like, anybody who was following us who we would recognise or anything like that.
Make a quick perception check.
Oh, that
Also,
was so annoying.
gonna make a perception check, but I'm looking for any relatives.
17.
Okay, 17. You don't see anyone you recognise. There are quite a few people looking. You do, after all, have a Wandering Gust's tabaxi with you. There are a number of guards around you, but you also have two richly appointed dwarves with you as well.
I will smile and wave to my fans.
Most of them go, oh! Shocked at the fact that, a Wandering Gust tabaxi has dared to look at them and interact at all. Melissa, you were looking out for family. What's your perception check?
15.
15. You look, you don't see any. You see some familiar faces, but not necessarily family. There are a few sort of people that you knew while you lived here, but nobody particularly close. Just the general gawkers that are out shopping in the morning. Sort of the social set that you didn't really hang about with that much.
Yeah.
So you enter the courtroom, unless there's anybody else wants to do before you get there.
The amulet will go back inside my armor.
Fair enough. Okay, so you the room is fairly sparse. There is a large table set up with seats for all of you to face forward. There is a tall lectern with a seat behind it, where with nobody in it currently. There is a clerk sat to the left of this. There is looks to be some sort of mage. He's wearing dark yellow robes with bright white sigils all over them. He sort of nods at Mr. Best, as does the clerk of the court. Mr. Best says, could we, the zone of truth, does it all of the courtroom, including, and he points at the chair, and you see the mage, yes, we can arrange that, that's not a problem. He comes back to you. So, yes, we are covered with the zone of truth. It will be the whole court. So, rest easy. That is going to be taken care of. Do you wish to sit? Okay,
Yeah, I'll take a seat.
Gestures to the seat. So do sit, and sort of arranges some papers at the end of the table, sort of rubs his hands together, getting ready. When into the room walks Helmar Draust. He's tall, human, fairly good looking, sort of late 40s, short, cropped greying hair, good cheekbones, has a scar on his right cheek, almost from his eye down to his jawline. He's very richly dressed, very fine doublet edged in gold. It's sort of a dark grey colour with gold piping and gold trim. Just nothing over the top, but you can tell it's very rich cloth. He has a number of rings on each hand, which look very expensive, and he approaches the lectern, nods to everyone, and sits down.
Can I gauge his reaction when he acknowledges Melissa?
Certainly, make an insight check.
19.
19. He appears pleased that Melissa is here.
Okay.
So, y'all are, he looks down at some papers, y'all are accused of taking a ship, killing its captain and crew, beaching said ship, leaving the bodies in some horrific, by the sounds of things, states, and then abandoning that and running away. So, if we could have the mage please cast your Zone of Truth, please. Now, Zone of Truth, I believe, is a wisdom save. You can choose to fail it if you wish.
I choose to fail.
I choose to fail.
Choosing to fail.
Anybody not choosing to fail?
Of course.
Yet, roll a wisdom saving throw, please. Trelador?
Yeah, I won't. I'll
Okay.
try and lose it. No.
Anyone else? Just those two.
Wisdom. 9.
9. You fail anyway.
9?
17.
You pass. Nobody knows you've passed, but feel free to say whatever you wish. So, now that we have the Zone of
I'm just
Truth...
going to turn the lights on. Sorry, 2 seconds.
Sure. Now that we have the Zone of Truth speaking, Mr. Best, what would you like to say in defense of these apparently dangerous criminals? Mr. Best stands. Well, I think that describing them as dangerous criminals is in itself incorrect. We have not established that they are or are not. So, this would be slight evidence of bias, perhaps. But I digress. So, these good fellows here are of good character. We have a character witness coming from the town of Larkham to testify on their behalf of their good character. We have the two representatives of one of the major dwarven clans, never before seen outside in the outside world, who are here on a fact-finding mission and should therefore be of good character. Now, Mr. Best, I don't think that because someone has never been seen before, they can be judged to be of a good character. Do you not think? And anyway, they are dwarves, so... Well, at least they claim to be. Carry on. So, and yet you see him stop and look at you for a minute, and a wink, for a third time. I really do urge your judgeness to find these beautiful people not guilty of any of these crimes, because they are, having heard their story, and I'm sure that you have had it relayed to you as well, there's just no way on earth they could have possibly committed these crimes. The damage to the underneath of the ship that was sank before reaching the island, and the captain and all the crew were safe and well on the island, and in fact they went directly to a trading post to report the fact that these people were still stuck on the island. Is that not correct? And he looks across at Snow.
It is.
And who better to tell the truth than the treading waters tabaxi, of good standing, of a high-ranking clan that deals with the dwarfs directly? I mean, your own fortunes, sir, all stem from that relationship. So, I think you'll find that it is all above board, and you should be incredibly lenient with your sentencing, and in fact there should be no sentence at all, in my opinion. By the way, as DM, you can jump in at any time if you wish to object to anything or want to raise a scene or whatever you want to do.
Not objecting, but how truthful does Mr. Best seem to us? Does he seem like he's undergone the spell himself, or that he's also acting upon his own volition and has rejected it? He's coming across to me as you're speaking as him.
Save against it is what
Yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah, because he's coming across as very, I don't know.
I recognise
biased
bullshit
towards
when I hear
us.
it.
Yes, type of.
Simply the best.
I mean, has he said anything other than the truth?
No, 100% not. 100% not. But
I mean,
He's
all right,
he
make
seems
an
to be
insight check
settling into his
with
role.
disadvantage because you don't know this man
yeah, that's fine.
and he's under a zone of truth.
He seems to be settling into his role.
Yeah,
He's telling the truth.
performance.
Natural one.
Natural one. Absolutely. Your admiration for this man knows no bounds. He's killing it.
Paragon of virtue.
Yeah, killing it. Absolutely killing it. The conversation drags on. There's been a bit of a back and forth between the two of them. I'm not going to roleplay the whole thing out. Just give you some edited details. Otherwise, it's just me playing me. So,
Yeah.
Just playing with yourself.
exactly. Nobody likes to see that on Twitch, do they?
That's not allowed on
Me,
Twitch.
myself, and I.
No, indeed not. We'll get
TOS,
banned from Twitch
TOS.
again.
TOS.
Yeah. Okay. So, this goes on for about an hour. The argument and counter argument about whether you could have done it, whether you were on the island, whether you were on the ship, all those sorts of things. The sea elves that Mr. Droust seems to not believe in. Seems to think you've made that part up. Also, the week-long... Good grief. The week-long walk through some hellscape that he finds very difficult to believe. And eventually it comes to a break in proceedings, and Mr. Droust exits the room for 5 minutes. And Mr. Best. So, I think it's going quite well. There is a high chance we can, if not... I suspect that he is angling for a sentence of some kind. It will probably be remuneration for the loss of ship, the loss of trade. I know this is not your fault, but this is the way he seems to be leaning as a judge. Most of his judgments are about money.
If he is leaning that way and he doesn't seem to believe what we've said, maybe you could just ask one of us if we're under this zone of truth.
Of
then
course. You yourself are volunteering, is that correct?
I certainly will. Yeah, yeah.
Very well, very well.
If,
Anyone else wish to talk to Mr.
If-
Droust? Miss Verneth,
if we-
perhaps?
I would be willing to state what the events of the days that we are being accused for.
Very well, very well.
This is a weird spell. Yeah.
if
feel that-
we have done nothing wrong, why would we pay remunerations?
I know. This is what I'm trying to work out, is why he wants you to pay when
Payment
you
I
are
look
as
innocent.
guilt.
I look at Snow and just slowly point a finger up at me, myself. I wouldn't put it past the magistrate to still have ill intent towards myself.
Well, why don't we ask him that then if he's trying to do this? If he's in the zone of truth as well, he's got to tell the truth, isn't he?
In theory.
Okay, so Mr. Florian and Miss Verneth will be speaking to Mr. Droust if he wishes to ask questions. Is that correct?
We shall
Indeed.
And
state our story to.
is everyone
prove
else
that-
okay if Mr. Droust asks you a question?
I'm
Yeah,
more than
I-
happy to answer any questions that are
I'll
directed
just, I'll
my
just
way.
look at Snow.
He may ask us relevant questions.
I'm not much of a talker. Pass.
Okay, I will object if anything is not relevant. So, court reconvenes. Mr. Droust comes back in, and Mr. Best approaches him. So, normally in this type of situation, you would ask some questions of the defendants. This is perfectly normal behaviour. Please. So, y'all are maintaining you didn't do these atrocious acts, is that correct? But he sort of looks at Snow.
That is correct.
I see. And this walk through the hell escape that you've mentioned took 1 week? And you say
When-
there is a tunnel under a temple on that island?
That is correct.
And yet
When we emerged,
nobody
1 week
could
had
see,
passed.
nobody could find this tunnel. Or this temple. There was a small cave, But a tunnel?
That, along with the
Absolutely not.
missing week, may be due to the extraplanar nature of the magic. It is entirely possible that whatever transported us to that location closed up behind us.
Closed up. Well, isn't that mighty convenient?
I
Maintain
understand
to
where you
you, magistrate, that we are currently under the effects of a zone of truth spell,
That
and
is
therefore
correct.
incapable of telling anything other than the truth.
Unless, of course, you are quite insane and actually believe this story to be the truth. Now, I admit that collective insanity between 8 people seems a little off. But you do have one of those in the party, and they are known to be liars, thieves.
Magistrate, are you insinuating that you are biased against our defense?
Your defense lawyer? Absolutely not, Mr. Best. I have known for some time now he is very good at his job.
are you insinuating then that you might be biased against us as a collective of 8 then, Mr. Doust?
I am not insinuating anything of the sort.
But you have just said that and referred to one of our party as that, showing
Indeed, I
distinct
did.
bias
That
against.
is not. I was asked if I insinuated bias. I did not.
You're accepting that you are then.
Absolutely.
Good. Now we understand each other.
So, time for sentencing, I believe. Mr.
Great.
I would strongly object to a sentence at this time. Mr. Douse, this is most irregular.
Mr. Droust, it seems very odd to me that you've just admitted to being biased and yet you still want to sentence us for something we have not done.
Now, little lady, I believe. He sort of looks around him. In my court. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct. But you also
Absolutely.
represent the law, do you not?
I do indeed.
And does that
Showing
mean not
bias.
doing things fairly?
Absolutely not.
Can I ask, is this courtroom filled with other people watching
No,
the case, or is it just us?
absolutely just you. So, my sentencing is Mr. Trellador, you will be fined 2,000 gold pieces. You will leave the city never to return. Miss Celeste, you will be fined 2,000 gold pieces. You will leave the city never to be returned. Melissa Vernath, you may leave as long as you would like. If you decide to come to your senses and accept your family's marriage proposal, all charges will be dropped. Mr. Florian, you will be fined 2,000 gold pieces and asked to leave the city. The Wandering Gusts Tabaxi will be executed. The 2 dwarves will be fined 2,000 gold pieces each and will be asked to leave the city. Mr. Snow, you are a treading waters tabaxi, and therefore honorable. You will be fined 5,000 gold pieces. You may, however, come and go in the city as you please. Those are my judgments.
Excuse me, Mr. Drast. Do we get a chance to appeal this, or even to speak to Mr. Best, who is our defense lawyer?
Mr. Best is like, what the fuck? You wish to appeal? I suggest you talk to Mr. Best about appeals.
No, I think you're slightly out of your mind, and we'll just leave, and we'll pay nothing to you.
I don't think that's going to be possible.
I'm gonna lean
Why
in
is
and
that?
whisper to Snow. I'm gonna try something real stupid. And I will then do the same, leaning in and whispering to Mr. Best.
What is it? Could you give me 2 minutes before you do something very stupid?
Sure.
Oh, no.
Thank you. Your Honour, I understand your reasoning for wishing to be close to Miss Verna. She is, after all, a very wonderful person. I have known her for all of about 25 minutes, possibly an hour. She is great. May I approach the bench, Your Honour? There's some whispered conversation. Who has your highest passive perception? It is
Probably
what?
Celeste.
20.
20. You hear snatches of conversation as I must be alternative. Please, this is not, especially the execution is absolutely uncalled for. Now, Mr. Best, I could, if I wanted to, offer them the trial by combat, if you think that any of them would survive. He says, I will ask. He comes back to you. So, there is another option, which is to a trial by combat kind of situation. I sort of looked at you. I'm assuming you wish to discuss this before accepting, but I would urge this very much so. There are 8 of you.
Good
This
man.
should be
Uh,
better.
Better than an execution.
Mr. Best,
Mm.
this would be the option that we go with, just to stop her execution. The fines, they're fines. My honor will not allow her to be executed.
Well, quite. This is why I have
And-
tried to intercede upon your behalf. This
I mean-
is not, totally uncalled for.
Will we be fighting separately or together?
I
Also-
do not know. I'm assuming together.
I do believe that there is going to be a rumor that starts on how Mr. Droust got his scar, and how he gets the new one
Indeed,
that we're going.
indeed. I will perhaps have to work upon that myself.
Mr. Best, would you be able to confirm the conditions of our fight? Because I would wish to know if the chances are for one of us dying or all of us dying.
I will find out.
And this is going to sound a bit out of the box, Mr. Best, but I don't suppose you're privy to the information of how the crew were found on the island?
Looks around. The manner in which they were found, or who found
The
them,
manner,
or
because if he wants us to fight, I have some thing inside the back of my mind saying that every bit of brutality we cause out in this trial by combat may be exactly the same as they found the crew.
I see what you mean. The crew were dismembered. In some cases, they were had. I mean, are you sure you wish to know the details? It is very
Just
gruesome.
tell us, Mr. Best. We
Well,
need to know.
they were decapitated and dismembered, and one of them was hung, drawn, and quartered. It was particularly unpleasant. It looked as though they were tortured before they were killed.
Those poor people.
Yes.
But none of those you would say would have any significance to the weapons, our weapons that we use.
No, not whatsoever. No.
Okay, thank you.
I will speak to him again.
Mr. Best,
Yes.
who does Mr. Droust report to?
Mr. Droust does not report to anyone. Mr. Droust.
There is nobody policing him?
Mr. Droust is the mayor and the magistrate. He is in charge.
And
So
what
he's
happens if you have a corrupt member of your
He
town?
just sort of points to.
So
He
this
sort of
is
stands
what
there and
happens.
points to. This?
And what happens if some accident would to befall him?
Well, you see, there is also a passivity spell on the court, so it is impossible to harm anyone.
I don't feel very
Um,
passive.
Unwise
Well,
route
quite.
to take.
Indeed. So, unless there are any other questions, I will go and speak to him to find out some more details of this trial by combat.
That would be wise. Thank you, Mr.
Very
Best.
well. He goes up to.
Trellador's just sitting there with a big smile on his.
Snow sits on the table and starts to scratch with his claw the symbol of Peladas into the table.
Okay.
I'm just sitting there
I did
fiddling
send you a
with the
message
ring.
as well.
Oh, sorry. Okay. Cool.
I'm sitting there fiddling with the ring that gave Droust the scar that he has.
Miet, we will not let you be executed. I promise.
And I will not allow you all to give up your lives needlessly. That is the only option we are given.
Won't be doing that. We'll be kicking some big fat butts.
I think so.
I would not put beyond this magistrate to level the fight in some way as to make us completely hopeless.
We're monster hunters. We can't kill nothing. No, we can kill everything.
I'm going to just go up to Florian and slap him on the back and say, maybe you'll stay awake for this fight.
oh, well, there's a first time for everything, Trellador. I like your
I'll
comedy.
see-
It's getting better.
I'll see what I can do, Trellador.
Once
Wasn't comedy.
he's finished on the symbol, he's going to pull out sort of 3 of the smaller daggers and start to juggle them.
Okay.
And then just wink at Miet.
Okay. It's a lot of winking going on at me yet today. So,
On the special barrel,
Mr. Best comes back and says, so, turns out what it is you go through that door, there's, you'll be magically transported to some kind of sewer. All you have to do is get out. There are
So,
things down there, but
I understand that. I follow that completely. But Mr. Droust couldn't accept that we were magically transported ourselves?
So he can magically transport us to a sewer, but can't accept it like Florian says.
the sewer is just downstairs.
Doesn't matter, it's still transportation by magical means.
It is, yes.
I don't think anything we say would have changed his mind, no matter what.
Neither do I, he's a corrupt bastard. Most of these...
I'm getting kind of bored of all you hanging about. Mr. Mage, if you would. The mage casts on the door.
Well,
That door is now open.
Right, let's go.
You go through it. You go out the other side. You survive. Good luck to you. If you
And
do
if we-
not,
If we survive, are all charges dropped against us and all fines?
if you survive, all charges will be dropped.
I would like that in writing signed by you, please, so we can present it to the guards when we exit the sewer. Now,
When you exit the sewer, I like that. That's amazing. But yeah, why not?
Including
It's a parchment.
Miet, who will not be executed.
Puts a parchment which he gives to the mage, who then sort of floats it over to you. Snow, you're delivered a piece of parchment.
Snail logs, that's it. Does it fit the standard sort of contract negotiation type thing?
Yeah, pretty much. It's fairly hurried, but it is an agreement to drop all of the charges against all of you. You're all named on it. If you survive.
Just a point of order here, Chaz. For some reason, in the back of my head, we gave our weapons up when we first got to the trade post.
You did,
No, we
yeah.
didn't. No, we didn't. No one's asking for our weapons.
No, not at all.
didn't.
You're all fully armed.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I had that in the back of my mind that
No,
as you were saying all of that.
We didn't give anything up.
The back of your mind is very busy today, Fiddy.
Besides, you can punch ghosts and hurt them
If you stay awake.
if you stay awake.
Yeah. So, you now have your piece of paper.
Bye.
See you soon. Been lovely chatting.
I look forward to our next meeting, Miss Furness. I really do.
Oh, I wouldn't if I was you.
Mr. Drouse,
Well, you
I
ain't
sure
gonna be there.
Mr. Drouse, I sure hope your fencing wound hasn't caused you much trouble.
He's
Get him going.
just his. You can see his hand almost go to his cheek and then stop.
And I'm just striding to lead everyone.
And it's like Snow will walk past Melissa and then sort of lean over her shoulder in that sort of like very sort of sassy, girly fashion. She'll be like, perhaps you can give him a matching one on the other side.
Oh, that would be fun.
And then we'll just turn and head through the door.
That has a nice ring to it.
You can see him starting to get really angry now.
Come on, before he wets himself.
And Mr. Best is like, good luck.
Thank you, Mr. Best. Very much appreciated.
I do apologise. My skills were not enough at this particular.
Don't worry about it, Mr.
Skills,
Best.
Mr. Best. Don't worry.
I feel like you could have been the best lawyer in the entire world and you still would not have been able to do anything.
I suspect you could be right. I may be in quite a lot of trouble, but I wish you the best of luck, and maybe I should leave town.
Good luck to you,
Good luck.
Mr. Best.
And you exit through the doorway into darkness, and we'll take a little break. Grab a drink, etc. So, yeah, we'll be back right after, in the next few minutes or so.
Celeste has been hanging around with you guys too long. She made it funny.
She did indeed.
we probably won't die.
Welcome back.
Sorry.
So, we're all talking about dying now for some reason. Not sure why. Trial by combat could be it. So, as you enter into this darkness, the sounds about you, there's a sort of dripping noise, and the smell is, well, it's
A bit like the room after Gus has been in it all night.
more so. There's an underlying damp smell of just centuries and years of scatological outpouring, shall we say, that have been through this room, wherever it is. I can actually show you where it is. So let's have a little look.
No.
So,
There is not enough soap and water in all the world to get this smell out.
You know, this is what I think 6 years of marriage to Droust would be like.
I mean,
You are
it's
probably
entirely
not wrong.
possible.
I mean, this entire place is a representation of the man himself
So you have
That's
come
on
very
his
true.
best day.
I was going to say that seems like a bit of an insult to these lovely sewers that we're in.
Indeed, you have come in. Where do you come? So this way. So
The lights are a bit bright on that.
is it okay?
Yeah.
I'll see what I can do about that in a moment. Let me just sort of put you all in there. You have arrived.
That's just Reox's presence. That much.
Sure.
Yeah. So let's have your cleric with you as well, eh? You have arrived in there. Let me just go try and sort the lights out. 1 second.
Payload.
Is it me you're looking for?
Yes, you'll be defended by Mr. B. Ayler.
Make any difference whatsoever?
Oh, that is.
Oh, yeah. Because it's a delay.
Ah, we can
That's very
Right,
ominous.
so
see and the lighting's on point.
is that better?
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that works.
Still a little bit bright, but well, yeah, we'll find. So, you are in this room. Appears to have walls made of skulls, bones. There is a open sewer, by the looks of things, just in front of you. There's a wooden plank set across it, about 5 feet wide. Slightly, about maybe 10 feet across. To the other side of the room where there is more skulls, but there is a table and some barrels and a bed of some kind. It looks like a pile of blankets. It's not a particularly inviting looking bed, but it certainly appears to be something that someone sleeps on.
Any signs of movement?
Make a perception check as your eyes adjust.
Draw my axe.
That's terrible. 14.
14. Not in this immediate room, no. And you can't see out past. You can see the other side, and there is a doorway there, but it appears to be closed.
First thing I'd like to do is summon my dragon.
Bridges.
Bridris?
Bridris, that's it.
Not a huge amount of room in here for Bridges, but she appears.
I don't think this is
Lovely.
time for artistry, Trellador.
Artistry? What are you talking about?
You just said you were about to draw your axe.
Oh, you're so funny.
See, we can both do it.
Alright, let's get this on with. I'm honestly, after that, I'm very much looking forward to wiping that smile off of Joust's face. So,
I mean, with the way this is going, perhaps me at your idea of us being a caravan, and I mean, we could be a traveling troupe of comedians. I mean, that was quite entertaining. He was very, very angry.
Our humour may be tad specialised though for general audiences.
Yes, it's true. We could do a bit of monster hunting on the side, though.
yeah.
So are we looking for what belongs in that bed?
Don't
No,
know.
I
Let's
think
look what's on that table, and I'll
I
just
mean,
walk
I-
over and have a look at what's on the table.
You're going to have over this bridge. As you walk across, it sort of creaks a little
Oh,
at your weight.
come on, Bridgeress, stay by my side.
I believe we're looking for the exit, and anything that we come across in the meantime is what we have to take on.
Make an investigation check.
Investigation. 6.
6. It's a kind of table. It's very rickety. It seems to be made of smashed boxes and crates. There isn't anything logical on it. There's nothing sort of sat on this collection of old rotted crates.
Well, that was a dead end.
I don't much like the creak from that board. Question: if I was to run and jump, could I use my ring of feather 4 to just glide slowly across?
Sure. I mean, it's only just over 5 foot across, so yeah, you could do that. You could just jump it if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll jump it then.
Yeah, I was going to ask the same, so I'd probably do the same as well. Take a run and jump and get
Sure.
across.
If Florian
I
does
will-
that, I'll do it. I don't be up.
I'll move probably more into the room so there's space for other
Yeah.
people to.
Okay.
I'll move past to the other side and just obviously have a look and see what I can see.
I wanted to say to Trellador, I can't jump that far. You'll have to toss me.
Okay, if we can retcon it, I'll
Sure.
throw Yorick across.
I
would like
Walk off
a
it.
strength check, please. This is a fairly high DC. He's very heavy.
Even before Yorick takes a swim in the soup.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
8.
8. Yeah. You pick him up, and as you're trying to throw him, you realise that one of his feet is still on the floor. So, I mean, if you still want to just go for it and throw him, I'm happy
Yeah.
for him to land in the river, but...
I've started. I'm
Okay.
not going to stop now.
So, Yorick, I want you to make a acrobatics or athletics check, because if you fail this, you're going in the sludge.
Yep. Well, my athletics is pretty good, so let's. Oh my word! Have I got no lights on? Up in a minute. Oh dear.
Turn the lights back off.
yeah. I honestly couldn't see the number on the dice, but it turns out it's a 4, so 11 total.
So, this is what happens. Trellador, you manfully almost pick up Yorick and chuck him. Unfortunately, his trailing leg is still on the floor, so drags across. You try, Yorick, to grab the other side as you feel yourself falling down, but you has just slide down with the slickness of this sort of green ooze on the far stones, not giving you any purchase, and you land with not really a splash, more of a sort of sploosh and a
I'll
bloop.
just say to Yorick, what did you do?
I would just turn round and piss myself laughing.
Wasn't ready.
You attempt to throw you. I threw you.
You all right there, Yorick?
How far down is he? Do we need to throw a rope or?
He seems to be sinking, albeit slowly, into the gloom.
You're really in the shit now, mate.
If he's
The distance between the platform that you're on and the gloop is about 5 feet, but you don't know how far the gloop goes down.
Can I lie down on the floor with my arm out and try and hoik him out?
Sure. Give me another strength check, please.
Can I guidance this one, please?
Of course.
I'll just still be laughing.
D4, isn't it?
D4, yeah.
Oh, 4 now. Good.
Guys,
18 total.
18 total. Yeah, so you managed to pull him out and sort of dump him back onto the side. Yorick, you smell divine. It is you reek of all of the normal things that you would find in a sewer, and something more, something rotten and just vile, and this stuff is sticking to you. It's not like water. It's just sort of this sort of slime that's green, and it really stinks. Chelador, your arm where you reached down to grab him is now coated in green slime as well.
I'll wipe it on Yorick's back.
That doesn't make a lot of difference. So you just get more slime on you.
Right, you
And
look
all
like
like that,
shit.
I'm going to quickly cross the bridge and get to the other side.
Okay.
Gus, what are you laughing at?
But Yorick, he fell in the green stuff.
I think I'm going to, and Celeste will just carefully tread across the boards.
I want to ask how, but I don't really want to know or get near it. That shit stinks.
Oh no, Trodor pushed me.
What? Can't you even walk across that bridge? There's a bridge there for a reason. I mean, it was more fun to try and, but you
Shall we
messed it up as
go
usual. I
down
did a
and
perfect
finally exit
throw.
this place?
I mean, if
And
you're quite done grabbing each other's asses, maybe we could, progress and get out of here.
Oh,
Go on.
Snow. Come on, it's a bit of fun. Get over yourself. Let's carry on.
So you're all going across the bridge?
As he says that, Snow basically does a front flip on the spot. I mean, like that.
We can all do that, Snow.
I
Of
can't.
course you can.
I'll fall dead.
I attempt to do it. I won't be showboated.
Okay, acrobatics check.
Oh no, I'm good at that. Oh no, I'm not good at that. 10.
10. No. You
That's a +6.
attempt to do a front flip, and just literally it turns into a little forward roll.
And I'll go, yes, Yorick, there's something about this place. Means it's easier to fall over.
well then, we should work on
Of
getting
course
out
it
of here
does.
sooner. Shall we move on?
What a good idea, Melissa.
Let's.
Well, I still don't think this place is as slimy as the man upstairs, but
Oh no, this is him on a good day. On his best day, in fact.
When he's living his best life. So, you're opening the door, Snow?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
No.
No, I am not.
Are you sure?
I'm going to check for traps.
Wow, a rogue that checks for
He's a
traps.
rogue.
Amazing.
Is that the first time this campaign?
I think so, yeah. Okay, make your investigation check.
I was like, shit, I'm a rogue. I need to do this.
while he's checking the door out, can I listen at it to see if I can hear anything?
It's going to be tricky if he's checking for traps all over the door. You're not going to be able to get to it to listen at it with your ear up
You
against
can
it.
hear a panic in the backseat.
As Celeste comes over, Snow's just going to surreptitiously put his hand on her waist and push her away from the door, and then get back into to the lock.
Okay, so you're checking for traps all around this door. What did you get for your investigation check?
20 total.
20 total. You check very carefully the door, although it seems to be it's not rotted like the crates and boxes that are in here or the bridge that you crossed. It appears to be made of sterner stuff, or maybe it's just a little bit newer, but it doesn't appear to be trapped. It is, however, locked.
Okay, then I will attempt to pick the lock.
Go for it.
Guidance! Should have done that before, but guidance.
Yeah, that's actually not bad. Is it?
D4 for guidance.
Yeah, I know. I'm talking about the other stuff.
Okay.
I'm proficient with my
So
thieves'
yeah,
tools
you
as
want
well.
your it's basically your dex bonus and your proficiency bonus.
Okay, cool. So that's a 3 on the D4. Math is hard. 10, 13, 16, 21.
21. Yeah, no problem. You push your tools into the lock space, and you can hear the tumblers go click, 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 click very easily, and the door starts to. It's unlocked. You can push it to open it or not, as you see.
May I listen to see if I can hear anything first?
Okay. Make a perception check.
22.
22. You listen very carefully. You can hear above the dripping sound that is pervasive in here. You can hear what feel it's sort of a strange sort of click click doo, click, doo, click, doo. You'd say it was footsteps, but it's nothing that you've ever heard before. It's almost a rattling sound.
A spider with 3 peg legs.
Could be.
Or a crab of some kind.
There is something in there, so be wary. I can hear movement.
Click.
I wonder if it's like one of those things we found in the sewers in the other city. And I'll just like this on my shoulder.
Maybe, right, big brain idea, but what if we all covered ourselves in shit and then we'd be able just to walk out because we'd just be disguised as the sewer and it wouldn't smell us?
Respectfully,
Or-
Eric, I'm not doing that.
Or we just be quiet and we go stealthily.
That's a good idea.
I can
That's
make
not
us even
right.
I can make us even quieter if you choose.
I mean, speaking from experience, we're not the most stealthy of.
What Celeste said, she can do her thing to make
I
us
can
quiet.
make us a little quieter.
Is that reliable?
No saying we should sneak out is like Gus saying we should drink our way out. It's just playing to your strength.
I
mean-
myself out.
I actually did quite like your idea, Yarrick, but if we've got another cleaner way to do this, I'd prefer to do that.
I mean, I was promised a fight. I'm not
I'm
going without a fight.
Let's just fight our way out.
I'm speaking for those of us with fur. I'm not cleaning that shit out of my fur.
I'll
Mate,
flick
I've
some of
got
the.
I've got more hair on my face than you have on your old body.
I'll flick some of the shit
Big,
onto
big
snow
flipper.
Okay.
from my arm.
So flip. And it's just
And
sort of,
I'll just go. That's payback for the Hydra.
Can I sidestep?
you can certainly try. Make a quick dexterity check. So saving throw, sorry.
Okay. 27.
27, yeah. Zoop. He just sort
I
of
hit
ducks out of the
Celeste.
way and
Cover Celeste.
yeah, it would hit Celeste.
No!
There's a sort of it hits your shoulder and this sort of green stinking ooze starts to run down your upper arm.
Snow just turns to Celeste and goes, sorry.
First thing we're doing when we get out of here, after of course I slap Droust, is going to the bathhouse. Now, let's get going.
Do we only have to slap him? Can we not, give him a new scar?
We'll discuss
think
it as we
that would-
go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Door open.
Okay. So door open. Are you stealthing through or are you just walking out?
Well, I am. Don't know about the rest.
Okay. So whoever wishes to stealth, give me a stealth roll.
I'll be stealthing because
I will
I'm
attempt to go quietly.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll attempt, but
It looks like everyone's giving it a go then.
We're brave.
But your stealthing is kind of
Yeah.
I will
Slurp,
guidance
clank,
myself. I will guidance myself on this one.
Slurp,
Are
clank,
we having
slurp,
magic?
clank.
Are we having magical assistance with stealth?
She's
Nobody
already-
made a decision, so
She's already
Okay.
cast
Well, the other-
guidance, so no.
It's your spell.
it's not too bad.
Okay, so Snow, what'd you get?
This is actually quite low for me. 21.
21. Yorick,
10.
10. Melissa,
18.
18. Nice. Trenador,
18.
18. Celeste,
19.
19. Gus,
17.
17. Blimey. Miet.
I'd rather not say.
Oh, Miet. What did you get?
11.
11. And Florian, please.
15.
15. Oh,
Wow, even
oh
the
Miet.
slimy covered dwarf nearly out stealthed you there.
Almost. And
In
I'm
my
not.
defense, my life was just, threatened by execution, so I'm emotional or something.
I think more the shit slime is greasing his armor so it doesn't squeak as much.
It could be. So,
Does Yorick get advantage because of the shit slime?
no. So,
Oh,
as you exit out of the door, Snow, you and Celeste, rather, you can hear that sort of strange clacking noise stop. And
I
then,
immediately look up.
okay, look up into the darkness of the ceiling and beyond you. Make a perception check.
And I don't see anything. 11.
11. You do not see anything.
Can I pinpoint roughly where the sound was coming from?
It's not really. It's very echoey in here.
Okay.
Remember, you've got water dripping down from the ceiling. You've got everybody else chattering away. So,
I'll just try and hold everybody where they are until
okay.
it moves again.
Okay. So you're waiting until something moves before you move.
I'm carrying on.
You're carrying on. Okay. Where you going up here? Yeah.
Yeah.
As you get there, you look around this corner to there where there are some logs which appear to be some kind of bridge. It doesn't look particularly stable, but it might hold.
That sounds
And there's another bridge here over
encouraging.
an exit of this sludge. Now this sludge is much wider. It's now about sort of 15 feet wide. And there is a dark mass here. And the drop down into the sludge is about 2 feet.
Mhm.
You can't see. You can see into this, but it just goes dark. Further back it goes. But what you do see is along here is a skeletal warrior of some kind. It's just sort of standing there. It's got its head cocked as if it's listening for something.
Snow does that sort of like strange like cat thing when they're investigating. It's kind of like head to one side. It's like, I can. I've got dark vision, so I can see where it is.
Yep.
And then I sort of slowly back away.
Okay.
There are skeletal warrior of some kind around the corner.
That would explain what it was that I heard. It sounded...
Well, it explains the clacking.
But why would a skeleton need a bed?
It wouldn't. But the
Uh-huh.
skeleton's master might.
No. Well, should we go kill it then?
The most sensible thing you said all day, Carl.
I'm going to go back to the corner again and see if there's any more have turned up.
Make a quick perception check for me.
Better. 14.
14. It does look as though there are a few more coming out of the gloom.
Oh, hell.
I wish I hadn't painted so many now.
I have more available if you want more.
So he's going to back down again.
Okay.
It would appear that there is quite a few. So if we're going to go, we need to go and get across these logs as fast as possible.
Well, let's think about this tactically then.
Me go
Myself,
first.
you, Celeste, Gus, Miette, we're all capable of shooting things from range. They're across a bridge. We have Trelador, Yarick, and Florian go up first and engage them. We can put our best foot forward. We have a bad habit of rushing into fights and being disorganized.
I mean, I can get stuck in and
I'm sorry, tactics?
pretty
Wow.
my feet. I mean, I agree that Trelador should definitely go first.
No, no. Let me activate me spinning hammers of death and just send me in.
Yarick
Come
is a
on.
good
And
idea.
I'll just go to York and wink at him and go, 4 reorcs. And I'll charge with Yorick.
Come on, slimy
Okay.
boys.
Now, slight point of order here. Charging will involve all of these people coming back into the room and you two going out. Is that what you want to do?
I'm backing out of the way.
Okay.
And I think I would soon follow, as obviously I'm pretty much melee. So
I would also tell Bridris to stay by Yorick and protect him. And then I would follow as well.
And
Yeah,
as I-
I'd want to be somewhere in the middle because I need to be close enough if I'm
Okay,
going to be healing people.
let's do me a marching order. Who's first?
what do you mean if you're going to be healing people?
we'll
Me
say,
It'll be me, of course.
have-
Come on.
Who's at the very front, please? Because you can only put one person at the front.
I'll go to
Three
front.
door. Okay, yeah.
So Yorick, then
Me.
Trelador, then
Me,
Sorry.
Florian.
Florian. Okay,
Then
then
Bridris.
Bridris.
Bridris,
Then me, Celeste.
Celeste. Okay, so there. Next.
Question: If
Yeah.
because of where it is, if I go back to where Melissa's standing now, could I lean round and see those things? If that's a
Let's have
gap,
look. That is a gap, but this wall is fairly. It goes up to the ceiling.
right? Okay,
You can't see
yeah.
over
Never
it.
mind. Never mind. I'll
mean-
go after Celeste.
Okay. So Snow. Who's next?
Me, I guess.
Miette.
And me.
and then
I was following
yeah,
on behind Bridris.
me
But
me
yeah.
and Gus at the back.
Okay. Okay, so
How
Yorick,
many bumps do we have?
as you round the corner, you can see all of these things. I don't know if you can see all of them actually. Let's just move that in just a little bit. There we go. There we go. That's a bit better. So, what do you want to do? You want to go across this bridge?
What's how far is that? Is it 10 feet across the?
It's a little more. It's probably about 12 to 15 feet.
What's the mechanics on jumping?
To do with
based on
strength and everything, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's your strength
It's also-
modifier.
That's how
Because you're wearing
how little
heavy.
your legs are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, you're not really getting a run up, so it'd be a standing jump.
I
Okay.
could throw you again.
I mean, that is possible.
Yeah, I thought from yeah, okay. No, I thought I had like 5 feet and I could
No,
leap, but
no.
we won't bother with that.
Yeah, it's
I will just-
literally, as you can see, it's just a very small walkway.
Okay.
Trelador, just keep an eye on the bridge. It doesn't look too stable, so
I
I found a
I-
jump calculator here.
You got what?
A jump calculator.
Oh.
For D&D 5e.
Uh huh.
So what's your strength score, Yorick?
18.
18. Okay. And how tall are you?
Oh God, I don't know how to.
Doesn't
About 4
typically-
foot, something like that.
Whatever. Yeah.
It says,
might
without a
be-
running start, your long jump is 9 feet horizontally.
Then no, you can't make that.
Well, I will just go across the bridge, and kind of just try and get into the cluster, just sort of as far as I can go with me.
You get to about there for 25 feet movement.
And as I get there, I'm just gonna like and activate spirit guardians.
Okay, so as you do that, I want everybody else, in fact, everyone to roll initiative.
Okay.
The range group would have been keeping up with the pack.
Yep. So I'll just move you all out there.
Wow, what a time to roll a 2.
Okay, so let's do that. And let's go. So, Celeste, what did you get?
6.
6. Good stuff. Trelador,
Natural 20 for 23.
23. Nice. Gus,
11.
Yorick,
14.
14. Florian,
25.
25. Nice. Snow,
20.
Miet,
22.
22. Lovely. Melissa,
8.
8. Okay, let's do that. And Florian, you are up first
Yeah.
with Trelador preparing.
I very much doubt that even if Trelador put his back to the wall, I couldn't get past, could I?
Nope, you could try jumping. We could use James's jump calculator.
Yeah, like if you're
Or if
doing
you
that,
held each other very close, you could
I'm not
rotate
going to do
around each
anything
other.
with that. My strength is 0. So
What, you mean 10?
10, yeah.
Let's see. Oh, how tall are you?
5'11".
Just on 8'2".
Yeah. 11. It says you can only go 5 feet.
Oops. What do you want to do?
Well, there's not much I
I
can do.
thought monks were good at jumping.
There is a feature for that. I don't remember what level it is.
Yeah, they can run up walls and stuff because that's what Breeze ended up doing quite a lot.
You could do some dope monk shit to get around.
You could certainly try dope monk shit.
Can I try some dope monk shit to try and
What
like
do you want to try?
push off the wall and then try and push myself over to the other side?
I mean,
somehow.
Half floor off the wall behind Trelador.
We're still going to be a strength-based one because you're trying to push off the wall to get yourself across. If you can explain to me some different, more cool dope monk shit,
I can't really do it because Trelador's right there. If I had more room to sort of like run and stuff, it would be easier to do. But as I'm right on the corner, I've got nothing to do really, have I? I can't.
Well, I mean,
pole vault.
You've got a staff. You've got a big burly Trelador right next to you.
Put a bedroll on the end and see if you
Fuck off, James. I knew someone was going to say that. Okay, so yeah, I'll be like, Trelador, just tense up a bit for us, can you? And I will attempt to kind of start running in that direction, and as I do, kick off, use the wall with my quarterstaff to push off that, and use my feet to kick off Trelador to get over to the other side.
To get over here?
Yeah, basically. So
Okay.
Trelador's being pushed up against the wall, so he's not going to fall in, and I'm hopefully going to be pushed over to the other side.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to seeing what that mass is when Florian falls into it.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Quite. Okay, well, you're not really going to get a run up, but yeah, okay. Do me an athletics check, please. Actually, I'll be nice. Athletics or acrobatics, your choice.
Okay, thank you.
Because I'm nice.
Oh, so acrobatics would be 24.
24. Okay. You push off the ground with your staff. You then push yourself into almost Trelador and spring off him. And I'll say you could land backwards on this ledge here.
And I would assume that would be all of my movement to do that.
Yes, I'm going to take all of your movement for that.
That's fine. So in that case, when I get down, I will get a couple of darts out then and chuck them at which one it is. Can you just point out which one is Yorick over there?
This is Yorick.
That's your okay. So I'll chuck a couple of darts at the smaller one behind him, like diagonal to
This
me.
one.
Yep, that one.
Okay. Go for it.
Did my spirit guardians get up, or
Yes.
is that?
Yeah, your
Yeah.
spirit guardian just gets up, but that only happens on their turn if they start their turn in it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
when they enter it for the first time.
Yeah.
So 22 for the first one,
That definitely hits.
and that's 5 points of damage.
Nice.
And exactly the same again. 2 16s of old.
Okay.
For 6 points of
6 points of
piercing damage.
Nice.
And that's all I can do with movement, action, and I can't really do much with the bonus action at the minute.
Righto. Okay.
So yeah.
So, Trelador, you are up with Miette. Preparing, please.
Okay, I'll use. I've got 40 feet of movement, so I'm going to dash across just walk across the bridge and up to. Can I get up to the one? Yep, that one.
Yep.
Perfect. And I will rage, and I will shout for Yorick, for Reorcs.
For Reorcs. Nice.
Yes.
Okay. Make
I'll
your
roll
first
on
attack.
my rage table. Ooh. First of all creatures within 30 feet of me must roll a Constitution saving.
Now or
Is that your entire party?
Each creature of my choice.
right. Okay.
So, not Yorick. Maybe Florian.
What is that dog doing?
Who knows?
She's got herself stuck.
That sounds like her.
She was rolling on the rug. She's got herself stuck between the fireplace and the big plant. She's such an idiot, that dog. She's such a knobhead. Oh, bless her. She's escaped now. Right. Okay. Sorry. Dog interruption. So, what was Constitution saving throw? Yes.
Constitution saving throw. Yeah.
Okay.
DC's 13.
I'm sure they're going to be brilliant at this.
Doggers interrupt us.
Yes. Okay. So, the first one's a 10. That was for this one. Next one's a 7. Next one's a 7. That's a 9. That's a 16.
Yeah, that succeeds.
It's this one far away. That's a 7. Yeah, that's it. All of them apart from this one.
Okay, so you see a crackle of electricity sort of across his shoulders, and then all these sort of shadowy tendrils appear from the ground, and all the ones that fail take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Oof.
Nice.
And I get 7 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Nice.
And then the one in front of me, I will take my first attack with a great weapon fighting and reckless.
Wow. Okay.
So, all the maps. 18 to hit.
18 definitely hits.
Oh, no. Hard. Right. 2 plus 3, 5, and 17 points of slashing damage.
Yep.
And then rinse and repeat.
Smash. That goes down.
Oh, it's down, is it?
Yeah, there's 2 of them down already. That one
I used all
went-
my movement to get there, didn't I?
You got 5 feet of movement.
Can I get to the one that's just
You
a bit
get to
further
that
on?
one.
Yeah, go for it. Second attack. 18 again to hit.
Yep, that definitely hits.
Same damage.
And away he goes.
You're really going to piss off Yorick now.
Yeah, that's me. And I'll wink at a bonus action, wink at Yorick.
Okay. Yorick, he's just come and stolen your kills and winked at you.
That's fine. He's yelled for Reorcs before he did, so
Fair
it's
enough.
okay.
Miette, you are up. Now, you're a little crowded at the back here. You are there, as you can tell by your hat.
And who is in front of me?
I
You
am.
have Snow and Celeste and Bridris.
So, apart from Idris, all tallish people.
Yes. Well, Bridris is fairly tall as well.
Excellent. I will resort to my original plan, which is I will drop to the ground and shuffle under their feet to get to the front of the line.
Awesome. Okay. Give me an acrobatics check. And Snow, I want you to make an acrobatics check. Celeste, you as well. And
Oh, this is going to go well.
Bridris as well.
Yes, it is. 28.
28.
30.
13.
19.
19. Bridris?
13 for
13.
Bridris.
So,
With mine, can I reach up onto the wall and can I use my claws to sort of just pull myself up out the way?
yep, sure. Absolutely. You sort of just find some gaps in these walls. These walls are made of skulls and bones, so they're kind of easy to grab onto.
Yep.
So, yeah, you pull yourself up. You make it as far as Bridris.
Bridris isn't very, he might be big, but he's not got very much ground clearance.
Yeah, so you can't really find a way past Bridris. So you're kind of, she's sort of looking down at you as if this is some sort of game, and sort of bows right down close to your face and licks you, which is an unpleasant experience. She's got a very raspy tongue.
Cats also have raspy tongues. I'm used to this.
Yeah.
Beatrice, I need you to be over there.
She's like,
Huh?
she tries to purr at you. It doesn't work very well. But she doesn't really understand. So I'll say, because you got the same as each other, you kind of inch past her. You sort of stand up and inch past her. All the while, I mean, she's about 5.5 feet tall now. But she's got a very low slung belly. And as you pass her, she again licks your face.
I shall pet her snout and tell her she's a good girl.
That seems to be very acceptable. Okay, so you are...
And then I will pull my crossbow out and try and shoot something.
Okay. What would you like to shoot? There's this one over here. There's
That one.
Florian. There's... Right, go for that one then.
Yeah, I don't think Florian would appreciate being hit somehow.
Doesn't matter what he wants.
I was a 15 to hit.
15 hits. Roll some damage.
And that's a 10 stabby damage.
10 stabby damage. Yep.
Piercing, now that I have mouse
Crossbow-
over what
crossbow
it
bolt.
actually is.
Thunks into this thing's skull. It just sort of shakes its head and looks at you, bemused.
I wave.
It starts to wave back and then catches itself.
If I have any movement left, I'll try and shove around the corner a bit more to give clearance.
I'm going to say no, not after that.
It was worth a try.
It was definitely worth a try. Okay, so now we've got that skeleton's dead, that skeleton's dead, that skeleton's dead. That skeleton is not, however. It's going to come charging up. And what's the save on your meat grinder with hammers?
Wait, well, I've lost it.
I believe
Oh,
it's
I've got
wisdom.
So many spells. Yeah. Where's the bloody spell? 15.
15. It rolled a 15. It's got a -1. So that's a 14.
Okay.
Fail. Roll your damage, please.
20.
20. Okay. Zip.
Radiant damage.
It is dead.
Oh, shit.
What sort of damage does the Spirit Guardians do?
Radiant.
Radiant damage.
Oh, right. So that probably, isn't that double against undead or something?
It's dead, James.
Yeah.
Very, very dead.
Even deader than dead.
Yeah. Okay, so that was that one.
Not dead, it's re-dead.
Snow, you are up
Okay.
with
From
Yorick preparing.
From my current perch, I want to go about 5 feet higher, and then
Okay,
push off and glide using my ring across to the other side.
sure. What's the range of your ring? It's about
It
30 feet,
just
is it?
it just says when you fall wearing this ring, you descend at 60 feet per round and take no damage from falling.
Gotcha, yeah. You can be right up there if you want. Where do
Yep,
you want to be?
that works for me.
Yep.
That works for me.
Okay.
So he's going to sort of just and pull out both daggers and stab.
Go for it.
Roll for stab.
Were you holding it as if you're holding an invisible umbrella, Mary Poppins?
Snow is basically just gliding down with his arms crossed.
Oh,
And-
Nonchalantly.
Mary Poppins being very cross. Gotcha.
all the way down.
Okay.
So that's 13 to hit.
13 definitely hits.
Fuck yeah. So that's 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Rip.
Cool.
Anything else?
I mean, I don't really have any more movement, do I?
Not really, no.
Hang on. I'm going to take out my. Hang on. Can I do that with two weapon fighting? No, I can't. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that's me done.
Okay.
You can throw a dagger.
Yorick, you are up.
I like my daggers.
I'm just gonna walk towards the last guy and just give him a bonk with a hammer.
Go for it. Roll for bonk.
Roll for bonk. 13. I think these
13
guys
hits, yep.
dreadful, but I think they're pretty impossible to miss.
Yeah.
For 8 points of bludgeoning.
Okay. Down it goes. Anything else, Yorick?
I'll walk towards Trelador just tonight. Well, that was a bit easy, wasn't it?
Yes. I don't think we even needed his help.
Okay.
We always need his help. Okay.
That was a little too easy.
I don't think that was everything we're going to encounter. But yeah.
I very much doubt it.
Okay, I'm going to need Miette, Bridris, Celeste, Florian, Snow, and Trelador,
Oh no.
and Yorick. Basically, everybody apart from Gus and
Melissa?
Melissa, thank you. Sorry, brain is not functioning properly. To make a Constitution saving throw, please. As
Okay.
out of the pool in the middle starts to spread this weird black, grey, fog-like substance.
Oh no.
Anything for
Oh, thank fuck for that.
Yeah, that was my reaction as well, Ash.
Okay, so let's start with Celeste.
13.
13. Okay, let's. That is a fail, unfortunately. So one of those, one of those, one of those. So that's 19 points of poison damage.
Ow.
Yeah. Bridris,
4.
19 points of poison damage.
Okay.
Miette,
6.
19 points of poison damage. Florian,
18.
19 points of poison damage.
With an 18, Jesus. I'm nearly down then.
Snow,
I got 20.
20. You take half of that, so let's do 9 points of poison damage.
Oh no.
Florian?
You've already done me.
Sorry, Teledor. I get the lines
20.
confused.
20 as well.
Yeah,
So
you're fine, so 9 points. And Yorick.
Do I get advantage?
You're resistant. Yeah, you're advantage against poison and you're resistant
Cool.
as a dwarf.
Okay. Well, the first one was an 8. Well, the second one's an 18, but that's still a fail, isn't it?
Yeah. So, but you only take half anyway
I do.
because you're a dwarf. So that's 9 points poison damage. Okay. And what's also
I would
going to
like
happen? Sorry, yeah.
No, I was just going to say, I would like that was easy party to now clap themselves around the back of the head.
Yep.
Obviously.
And slightly obscured by the fog, we're going to have some of these.
Testicles.
Yep.
Spectacles.
Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch.
And we're going to have. It's going to make one against Celeste, which is tentacle. Where are we? There. Ooh, that's good. That's a 27 to hit.
Yeah, I think so.
That was rubbish. That's 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
Grappled.
Indeed, you are. If I can find the grappled, there we go.
Oh no.
Grappled. Miette. That's not good. That's only a 15 to hit.
AC is 15.
Ah, right, okay. So where's my d6s? There we go. Ooh, that's better. For 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled. Florian. 14 to hit.
Oh, that misses.
Ah,
Wow.
very good. And
You jolly
Snow.
good.
That's a natural 1. So that ain't going to hit. Okay, that's its go. Gus, you are up with Melissa preparing, please.
Okay, I'd like to move back. Having seen all this stuff through the door, I'm going to move back about 5 feet so I can angle myself shooting through the door. No, no, not that way. Just behind, up one there. Yeah, so I can shoot through the door. That tentacle that's grappling.
Okay, go for it.
Bonus action, Hunter's Mark.
Okay, I had that somewhere. There he is.
Okay, and then I will shoot it.
Go for it.
So first shot is a natural 20.
Nice.
Boy.
Okay, I've got to work.
Yeah, it's something.
It's been a while. That's a D10 plus a D6. And of course, Bridgerus will use its reaction to infuse it with lightning as well.
Okay.
So that's 8, 11, 15 points of piercing damage and 6 points of lightning damage.
15.
Oh no, sorry, that was only that. Sorry, forget that. That was 11, 22, 26 points of piercing damage and 12 points of lightning damage. I forgot to double it.
Nice.
Okay. So the piercing damage goes in. The lightning damage doesn't appear to affect it at all.
Oh right, okay. So just
the piercing.
5 points or 26 points, whatever I said.
Okay.
26.
So, moving any more?
No, second attack.
Okay, sorry, yep.
Another natural 20.
Oh, God's sake.
But no lightning damage this time. I like that dice.
Hello, dog. Yes.
So, that's rubbish. 6, 10 points of piercing damage.
10 points.
Yeah.
Cool.
Did you double it again?
I did, but I rolled a 1 and a 2 on the dice.
Oh.
And that's me.
Okay. Melissa, you are up with Celeste preparing, please.
Okay, I'm gonna head out of the door
Okay.
and move down.
Yeah.
So that I leave Gus's line of sight
Uh-huh.
open. I am going to.
Oh, hold on. Sorry, Bridgris has to go after me. Sorry, I forgot about that.
Okay, cool.
So Bridgris is going to attack the one that's attacking me yet.
Okay.
Try and bite it.
Go for it.
That's 12 plus 6, 18 to hit.
18 hits.
So that's a d6 plus 3 piercing damage. So that's 6 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
That's it, yeah.
Okay, so, sorry. Melissa, you are up with Celeste
I'm
preparing.
going to, as a bonus action, I'm going to activate my Crimson Right.
Okay.
I take 6 points of damage.
Good work.
I have rolled maximum on pretty much all of those, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And then I am going to, seeing the situation, pop 2 arrows into the tentacle that is attacking Celeste.
The tickly tent. Okay.
Tentacles.
Tentacles.
First attack. Woo. If I can keep hold of the d20. I'll use this one instead. First attack's 20. Blimey, 28.
Yeah, that very definitely hits.
I've got a bit of a modifier. D6. And that is 7 points of piercing damage and 6
Nice.
points of fire damage.
6 points of fire damage, yep.
And then with my... I retrieve that d20. With my second attack,
Uh-huh.
that's 17 to hit.
17 does not hit, I'm afraid.
Okay. Arrow goes wide. And that's my turn.
That's your
that's
turn.
everything from me.
Okay, that skeleton's dead. Celeste, you are up with Florian preparing.
Okay, I've been hit quite a lot. I don't like it.
Yep. You can try a strength check to escape the grapple if you wish.
I don't think that's going to help.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Chaz, can I retcon? I used my bonus action for Hunter's Mark, so
British
Bridget-
can't attack.
so you need to take that 6 points off or whatever it was. 10 points. 10 points.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
I'm going to...
Touch yourself.
I'm going to activate my starry form
Okay.
with my bonus action, and then I'm going to cast a heal on myself and then chalice on Miette, because I can see she's right next to me and is being twatted by the tentacle too.
Yes, she is.
So I'll do that at 3rd level.
Twatted by a testicle.
I know.
Indeed.
Platical, as it were.
Not how you want to spend your Tuesday nights.
Yeah, twasticles.
Speak for yourself.
Extreme teabagging.
I get 13 hit points back.
Imagine
Nice.
the nipple could be one of them.
And I think it's still... Yeah, it's just 1d8, unfortunately. Miette, however, gets 12 points back with 1d8, and I get 13 with 3d8.
Nice. Anything else?
Thank you.
No, that's my bonus action and
right,
action.
Okay. Florian, you're up with Trelador preparing, please.
Okay, so I'll go in for
And again, you can... Oh, I didn't put your graph... No,
it
you
didn't hit me.
succeeded, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, it
that's
didn't
fine.
hit me.
It didn't hit you, sorry.
I'll go in for a couple of smacks with
Go for
the
it.
quarterstaff on it.
Okey-dokey.
The
Roll.
first one is 18,
18 hits.
and that is 7 points of damage on that one.
7 points of bludgeoning damage. Where are you?
Just to let you know, Chaz, that I
Yeah.
rolled my wheel and woe before we started, and I got wheel.
Okay, and that
My
means...
it's my cosmic omen thing, so I can use my reaction to add a d6 to a friendly creature's attack roll, saving throw, or ability check
Okay, and you can do that...
as a reaction, so once per round.
Okay, but do you do that after they've rolled, or...?
Is about to make.
Alright, okay, so before they roll. Cool.
Yeah.
So the second one is 25 to hit.
Yep, definitely hits.
That's rubbish. And that's 5 points of
5 points.
bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
I'm then going to go in for... as my bonus action, I'll use a key point and do patient defense.
Okay. So you have... attack rolls have disadvantage on you. Cool.
Yes.
Sweet. So, Trelador, you are up with Miette preparing.
I will go and attack that tendril near me.
Which one?
The one on the left.
One
Who's that?
Snow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Recklessly, great weapon fighting.
Okie dokie.
Ooh, that's not good. 13 to hit.
13 does not hit.
Second attack, same again. 19 to hit.
Yes, 19 definitely hits.
Sorry. Barbarian has a lot of that.
Yeah.
6 plus 3,
You thought it was
9
gonna
plus
be
8,
easy.
11, 21 points.
21 points.
I had
Nice.
to make a spreadsheet when I played a barbarian.
Really?
There's a lot of dice to keep track of.
It's
It
dice
was,
plus rage plus thingy plus great weapon.
it was a Baronchian, so he had loads of stuff on monk side as well.
Anything else, Trelador?
No, that's me. I'm still raging on it.
Okay, yep. So, Miette, you are up with Snow preparing.
I should attempt to break free of the grapple because I don't think there's much else I can do.
A strength check. Well, you can attack.
Oh, if I
you
can
want
straight
to.
out attack, then yeah, because I think I have a better chance of attacking than anything else.
Yeah,
Stab
grappled
detector.
means you just can't move.
Yeah.
So yes, I shall try stabbing with 2 daggers.
Go for it.
Stabby stab.
A 18 and a 23.
Both hit. Roll your damage.
$14.
14. Nice. Okay, so you stab it in the suckers. Anything else, Miette? Or is that your lot?
Well, considering I can't move,
Uh-huh. Okay. Snow, you're up with Yorick, then me.
Right. I am gonna go stabby stab.
Go for it.
26 to hit,
26 definitely hits.
and I get sneaky attack because Trelador is right there.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Yay.
yeah, so should you have had sneak attack? Actually, no, because it was grappling you, so no, you wouldn't.
Yeah, so it is that. Cool. It's not great. So it's 2, 3, 6, 11, 17 points of damage.
Nice.
And the other stab is a 18 to hit
Yep, 18 just hits.
for 2 points of damage.
2 points of damage. Lovely.
Yes. And because I've hit it using my mobile feat, I'm going to back away 10 feet, and it
Okay.
doesn't get 15 feet, but it doesn't get a attack of opportunity on me.
Okay. Fair enough. Yorick, you are up with me, then Gus.
Cool. What is the distance between the two tentacles next to
Let's
Trello?
have a little count, shall we? 25 feet.
And if I were to stand directly in between them,
Uh-huh.
both of them would be within 15 feet of me.
Yep.
Let's do that then.
Okay.
Oh shit!
Just so we've got that going.
Spirit
And
meat guy.
Meat grinder has been
it's
encountered.
still going. It only managed to hit one skeleton, so
Sorry.
yeah. I could have jumped in that crowd, have all of them just walk towards me and obliterate themselves.
Yep.
But you know, you're all selfish. Okay, so that's just moving. Let's go. Bonus action, spirit hammer.
Spiritual hammer. Where do you want your spiritual hammer?
Stick that next to the one attacking Florian,
Okay.
because he needs the help a bit more than Drelador.
There you go.
And that gets to make a. God, what? Why do I not have things in that? There you are. Let's just do it there for speed. There we go. 23 to hit.
Yep.
For 6 points of force damage.
Lovely.
That's me bonus. And my action. I can only cantrip, so I will Sacred Flame at the other one next to Trelador.
Okay. It's a deck save, isn't it?
Deck save, yes. 15.
Okay, let's have a look. Deck save.
Roll that. Oh, Jesus.
19.
Succeeded, which I'm pleased about because I
Yeah.
rolled the damage and
That was pants, yeah. That was very pants. Okay, anything else, Yorick?
No, that is all I can do.
Okay, so it's now its go. So it's got to make the save. Actually, we're going to start down here. It's going to try and fling Celeste. Okay.
Celeste and the tentacle become one.
Okay.
Celestical.
So it's going to throw you. Let's roll a quick random direction. Where's my D4 gone? There he is. Okay. Throws you over there. He'll need you to make a.
Deck save.
Yes, please. Deck save.
6.
Okay, that's a fail. So you take, ooh, nice, 12 points of bludgeoning damage as you smash into this wall. You are, however, no longer grappled. Which is good, because I've just lost my little grapply thing. Find out in a minute. That's that go. It's going to try and fling. Can it do a fling? Can it do 2 flings? Yes, it can. Okay, so it's going to try flinging you. So again, random direction. 3. Okay, so it flings you across there.
Oh no!
Deck save, please.
23.
23. Yeah, you are fine. You don't take any damage. You just land safely on the other hand. Right next to Florian and another tentacle. But, you know, it's all good. The tentacle with Florian needs to make a wisdom save. Is that correct? For the flying meat grinder hammers?
Yep.
Okay, what's the DC on that?
15.
Ooh, that's not going to be good. That's a 12. So roll your
Okay.
damage. I'll do the other one at the same time as well. Why not? That is a 16.
So that succeeds, but takes half.
Takes half.
Do you want 2 rolls or just take the 1 roll?
Yeah, just the one roll. You're fine.
Okay, 11 full damage.
Okay.
Half.
5 the other ones. Okay, cool. Marvellous. Okay, so that's going to strike at Florian. So that will be 19.
Disadvantage.
Oh, of course, disadvantage, sorry. That is 14 to hit.
Misses.
And the tentacle next to Trelador.
Get advantage on that.
Cool. So that is quite a lot. Where's my attack? Oh, yeah. 22 to hit.
Yeah,
Okay.
just hits.
That is... That's 2, 4, 10 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are grappled.
5.
Yeah, half to 5, and you are grappled. That's its go. Gus, you are up with Melissa preparing.
Again, 2 shots against the one that's marked.
Sure.
Okay, first shot is 22 to hit
Yeah, that hits.
with 18 points of piercing damage.
Nice.
And the second shot is, oh crap, 12 to hit.
No, that doesn't hit.
That was typical because I rolled the dice and the hit dice at the same time. I got a max damage on the dice,
Ow.
and as the lightning damage isn't doing anything, I won't bother casting it for bridge risk. But he's going to attack the one in front of him.
Okay.
So that's 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And he does 5 points of piercing damage.
5 piercing damage. Very nice. Anything else, Gus?
No, that's it.
Cool. Okay. Melissa, you are up with Celeste preparing.
I'm going to continue the fire. Shoot at the one that had been attacking Celeste.
Go for it.
Actually, what are my bonus actions? Actually, you know what? I'm going to, before I do that, bonus action cast Hex on the tentacle.
Okie dokie. Hex on the same tentacle as it's marked?
Yep.
Okay.
Or if you're doing rings, can I have a concentration one, please?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Me too.
Anybody else?
I think James said me too.
Yeah, I'll give you one to James anyway.
I'll need one as well for casting Hex.
Do you need a raging one?
No, I know you're upset.
Okay, that's...
Plus, I haven't got a rage. Because James didn't give me a rage. He just hates you, Dan. That's what it is.
I'll give that tentacle disadvantage on strength ability checks. So,
Okay.
my first attack is a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
Nice. D8, D6. A different D8. Or different D6, rather. That is 9 points of piercing damage, 6 points of fire damage, and 2 points of necrotic damage.
Ooh. 9, 6,
How much?
2, yeah?
9, 6, 2, yes. So
Lovely. 17.
17 total. Okay, and then second attack is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Or okay, that's a bit very different. That is 11 points of piercing damage, 1 point of fire damage, and 1 point of necrotic damage.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Marvellous. Celeste, you are up.
Okay, ouchies again for me. I will chalice myself again, and this time I will hit Florian with it if I'm close enough.
How
Within
far is
30
it?
feet. I got to be. Within 30
Yep,
feet.
you can get to Florian.
Cool. So let's just roll those. I'm going to do level 2 for myself this time. That's better. So I get 16 hit points back for myself.
Nice.
And for Florian, only 6, I'm afraid.
Better than nothing.
Quite. Okay. Anything
And
else?
then, have I got a little bit of room to just sort of back away from the tentacle that's in front of me?
You could go to the side. Down here, you're back up against a wall here again.
Okay, can I come down a bit further that way?
Sure, you get to about
Yeah.
there. Yep.
I'll stay there for the moment.
Okay. Cool. Right, before we go on, because we're at the top of the round, what I thought was we'd have one more round and then call it, or do you want to call it now? What do you want to do? Everybody okay with one more round?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, Florian, you're up with Trellador preparing.
Okay, so I'll go in with another quarterstaff hit
Go for it.
on this one. It's only 8. The first one.
8 does not hit.
Jesus, and only 12 on the second one.
No,
Not
definitely
so
not hit.
good with them. And I think I will patient defense again.
Okay. Good plan. Trellador, you're up. Miette preparing.
Yep, I'll keep wailing at this
Go for it.
with Reckless and pretty rapid fight. 20 to hit.
20 hits.
Keep rolling shit. To 17 points of slashing.
Nice.
Second attack. Same again. 19 to hit.
Yep.
17 points of damage. I've rolled a 2 on my D12
Consistent.
4 times.
Consistent.
Mm-hmm.
I think that one's bad luck, Dan. You might want to swap it for another one.
No, it don't work like that.
No. It's,
Really? How many times have you rolled a 2?
it's random.
4.
Yeah, random.
Mm-hmm.
That's the meaning of the word random. Anything else?
No, because I'm grappled, so I can't do it. Move anywhere.
Okay. Miette, you are up with Snow preparing.
I'm going to stab at you again, but this time with bonus sneak attack action.
Go for it.
This time getting... It's too late for math. 22 and a miss because I was only a 10.
22 definitely hits.
For a whole 7 points of damage because 3 of my fucking dice rolled a 1.
Oh, that is shitty. But 7 points of damage better than no points of damage. Anything
Very
else,
true.
Miette?
No.
No.
I would insult this tentacle, but I don't think it would understand common.
Okay. You can certainly try. Snow, you're up with Yorick preparing.
Okay, I'm gonna dash in and stab this thing again. Fucking hell. 18.
18 hits.
Let's get some sneaky attacks. Oh wow. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a 1 on the D4 and a 1 on all 3 D6s.
Jeez.
My beautiful rogues.
Random.
10 points of damage.
10 points of damage. Okay.
And trusty to come now. Natural 20.
Yay!
When I get fuck all bonuses.
After
Fuck you.
sneak attack, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
2, 6, 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Okay, anything else now?
No. Actually, yeah, I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm just going to back away.
Yep. Are you invoking your...
Yeah, it's just because it's part of the mobile feat.
Right.
As long as I attempt an attack against something, it doesn't
Yeah.
matter whether I hit or miss. It doesn't
Okay.
provoke an attack if I move away.
Nice. Okay, Yorick, you are up with me preparing.
Okay, so firstly, bonus action, the hammer
Yep.
will swing. It's time for that hammer to fall.
Yay!
16.
Not with a 16, it doesn't.
No. And then my action, I am going to try a guiding bolt against the one next to Trelador.
Go for it.
And hopefully that's better. It is not.
Oh,
Okay.
Whoopsie. Okay, so Kraken.
You clearly should have called at the top of the round.
Possibly. So
Yeah.
this fella here is going
Oh, well.
to
As previously stated, that's random.
smash into Bridris.
No, Bridges.
It's good.
Do you get that stinking dragon? No, wait, I meant to be on this side.
That is a 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
Okay. Oh, that's good. 3 6s on my d6s. That's 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Bridges poofs away.
Oh, okay.
Oh dear.
Well, at least it's not grappled now.
So this tentacle is going to vanish underneath. This one is going to attack Florian
At disadvantage.
at disadvantage. So probably going to be that. Yeah, that's a 9 to hit. That didn't really work, did it?
Can it also make a wisdom save, please?
Yes, of course. Wisdom save. Wisdom. 14.
That is a failure.
Okay.
Only 9 points. Radiant.
Okay.
522.
So this one is going to fling Trelador.
Fling me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it flings you that way. You smash into that wall. I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
I get advantage if it's an effect I can see.
You're being thrown at a wall.
I think you can see that.
You
I
can see
can
the
see
wall
that,
coming.
yeah.
There's not a lot you can do about it, but you can certainly see it coming.
Okay. I'm not. Well, it says while not blinded, deafened, and incapacitated. Does grapple count as incapacitated?
No, because you can't move. So if it was an attack against you, yes. But no, you're being flung at a wall. So yeah, have your advantage. Go on.
Natural 20.
Yep. You're fine. You just bounce off the wall, slightly angrily. You're no longer grappled.
Cool.
Did that technical do a wisdom save as well, Chaz?
It's just about to. Which was a natural 1. So what was the damage, Marks?
9.
That was 9. Okay, that's... Oh, hang on. Can it do... No, not yet. Gus, you're up with Melissa preparing, please.
Okay, you hear a howl as Bridris disappears, and I'm going to use my bonus action to cast, for the first time, Magic Weapon.
Okay, is that a concentration spell?
Oh, yeah, it is. Okay.
Just asking. I mean, you could do it.
No, it's all right. I won't bother. Well, no, I've said it, so I'll do it. So I'll have to drop concentration on Hunter's Mark.
Yep. So Hunter's Mark fades.
Yeah. Because I'm incensed with anger. It means I get +1 to attack rolls and damage rolls.
Nice.
So first
And
attack.
it becomes magical.
Oh, natural 20
Again? Jesus.
again.
Hey,
Go for it.
So that's 12, 5. So that's 17 for the first attack.
Nice.
And second attack is a miss with only 15.
Yeah, that misses. I'm
What a
afraid.
shame.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay, Melissa, you are up with Celeste preparing.
I'm going to keep my salvo going against this one.
Go for it.
That's a 19 to hit.
19 hits.
I wonder if I'll roll something other than a 10 in a minute. That is, let's see, 10 points of piercing damage,
Uh-huh.
4 points of fire damage, and 4 points of necrotic damage.
Very nice.
And then for my second attack, that is, that was almost crazy. That's a 21.
Yep.
Die stacking. That's nice. 12 points of piercing damage, 2 points of fire damage, and 3 points of necrotic damage.
So another 17. Good. Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, that's kind of it. That's all I can really do. I've run out of bonus actions.
Okay. Celeste, you are up.
I don't like this thing. It puked on me, picked me up, and threw me about. So, since nobody's in desperate need of healing right now, I'm going to fire off a guiding bolt.
Go for it.
Do better than I did.
Yay! Uh, 24 to hit.
Yep,
Yeah.
definitely.
6, 6, 5, 4. Not bad.
Pretty good.
That's maths 10.
21
points of radiant damage.
Nice. And the next attack has advantage, I believe, yes?
Yes, it does.
Very good.
Is that your go, Celeste?
Yes.
Okay. So, we reached the top of the round again. It is 10:15. We normally finish at 10 and then have a quick chat. Entirely up to you. I'm happy to go for an extra sort of 15, 20 minutes if you want to.
Yeah, I'm happy to.
And
Yeah,
if
I'm
everybody's okay with it, if somebody has to get up early, then let me know and we'll stop.
Yeah, probably got to be up pretty early just to get to work and get stuff sorted out.
Okay, well, tell you what then. As we're at the top of the round, I've written down the guiding bolt for the next attack, which will be Florian. So we'll just save it there. Okay? So I really don't like leaving combat half done, but, you know, it's the way it goes sometimes. So let's just switch back our cameras. Oops. Yeah, that one. So let's do that first, because you don't want me giant in the screen, do you? Oh no, come back.
I did the same. Having your tattoo is bad enough.
What?
You know, your picture on this is that tattoo of the screaming
Oh, right, yes, indeed.
And that comes on full screen. It's like, ah!
Yeah. Cool, right, okay, so, interesting times indeed. Your
Yeah.
representative was unable to prevent you getting involved in this, but was obviously able to stop Miette being executed by getting this choice for you.
Unless we all get executed in the sewer.
There is that possibility, obviously. Yeah, so any questions so far?
Mm.
What kind of city has this much crap in its sewers?
I mean, this one?
Kind of has this much corruption on the surface.
I still want to know whose bed it is.
You've yet to find out.
Like I said,
That asked for a salt deductive challenge.
this is Droust's summer home.
Oh, right.
This is Droust's bed chambers.
His pleasure palace.
Yep.
He comes and plays with his testicles down
Yep,
there.
just stop. Again, Twitch is just going to ban us completely. Cool. Okay, so thank you all very much for watching along with us while we do basically dick jokes and D&D. So D and D. We'll be back obviously next week on Tuesday for the conclusion of this fight, depending on how that goes. Don't forget to go and give our chums at Role Playing Gamers some love. I believe there's the Bees and Merv stories are occurring this Sunday in
And I believe our very own James is guest starring.
I believe so. I believe James is guest starring in that.
24 I'm on. Apparently.
Oh right, okay. I thought it was this week, but you might want to check that with Jordan.
That was what Jordan told me on Sunday.
Okay, you might want to check that.
Yep.
But even so, next Titania will be on Sunday, with or without James.
No, there isn't a session this Sunday.
Oh, I see. They're skipping one. Right, that'll be right. Why then, James? You were completely right. I apologise unreservedly. So yeah, give other streamers some love. Go and check out who we follow. Ant Chapman, Mr. B, the Gentleman Rhymer, all of those good stuff. Have a wonderful week. We will see you all very soon. We think you're fab for watching. See you later.